Multiple timelines? What's a timeline? What am I looking at? What do all these buttons do? This video will not tell you how to use InShot. Instead, I'm going to show you what it looks like so you can navigate through the important parts. That way you won't feel like this guy. Start by opening InShot. So from this menu, the only part we need to worry about is the video section. So let's click on video. And I'm going to click on the new button to add a new video. So let's use this one. And then press on the tick. Okay, the first thing to look at is all of these white buttons along here. Each of these lets you edit your video in a different way, whether you want to add music or a sticker. And if you drag it along with your finger, there are lots of other ones as well. But we'll explain those in a later video. The next thing to look at is this white line down the bottom of the screen in the middle. This shows you which part of the video you are looking at on the preview here. And slightly further down, you can see this clock here, which shows you which part of the video you're up to. See, it says 0.0 seconds. And over here is the total time that the video goes for. So it goes for 6 minutes and 56 seconds. As I drag through the video with my finger, you'll see this time starts to go up. So now we are 10 seconds into the video. Next, I want to show you 3 important timelines. This is the timeline for the main video down here. So you can drag through and see the whole thing. Another feature that we'll look at soon is the text. Text has its own timeline. So if I press on text, I'll quickly add some text. In a future video, we'll go through this in more detail. So let's press on the tick. And you see now the text is gone because we're not in the text timeline anymore. The other timeline I'd like to show you is PIP, which is short for Picture in Picture. This one lets you add extra pictures into your screen like this or like that. Oh, ignore that. So for this one, I'm going to choose the pumpkin. So we've got a pumpkin on my screen now. I'm just going to move it down there. So now you can see the pumpkin has its own place in the timeline. You can drag through and see which part of the video the pumpkin is on. And if you press the tick, then you can't see the pumpkin anymore because we are not in the picture-in-picture timeline anymore either. If I go back to PIP, there it is. If I go back to text, there it is. So that's important to remember. Some features have different timelines. If you want to look at a bigger part of the video all at the same time, you can use your finger and thumb to pinch the video closer together, which makes you look at a bigger section. And the more you do it, the bigger the section gets. Okay, so that's as far as I can go. But now, as I drag through the video, I can drag through the whole video in just that small amount of space there. And if you look at the clock down the bottom, it goes through the entire video in just that space. So we're looking at the whole thing on a very large scale. If you want to go the other way, spread your fingers apart, and that zooms right in. So now as I drag through, I can drag through lots and lots, and if you look at the counter down the bottom, we're only going through a few seconds at any one time. Thank you for the wand. So that is useful if you want to get to the exact spot and put something there. It's good to be able to zoom in. Now, if you want to go back to the menu and work on a different video, you press the back arrow there, and it'll say, do you want to discard the video? Do you want to put it in the bin? Or do you want to save it as a draft? I want to save it as a draft. Now, if we go back into the video, it'll be the top one there. The top one is always the last one you were working on. If our video is finished, press on this square and arrow symbol up here, and then go save. And that will go through and save, and it will end up in the camera roll. In the next video, we're going to look at how to use the split feature in more detail. See you there.